Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. What we'll do today is we've got one more rule left of Nun Sakin and Tanween. We've done three. We've done Izhar, Iqlab, and Idgham. We've got one more rule left, Ikhfa. We'll do that today, inshallah. Before we do Ikhfa, is there any questions or anything regarding the last three rules? Let's start then. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's go to right. Ikhfa. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick recap on the. Okay, how is it going on with these three rules we've done? Izhar, Iqlab, and Idgham. Are we finding it a bit easier to pinpoint them in the Quran, or is we still struggling mixing things up?
Izhar and Iqlab is pretty much straightforward.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes with Idgham, because obviously it's two groups in it. It has in two groups. So sometimes Idgham there's been not so much of a problem, but just compared to the other two, yeah.
Okay, mashallah, inshallah you should master it. Another few days you should master it. What about the rest of the brothers? They okay? Brother Kibriya, brother Amin, brother Fahim?
No, alhamdulillah. It's been...
Okay. Let's go to Ikhfa now. Ikhfa is the last one. Okay, it's got the most letters. It's got 15 letters. The letters are Tatha, Jim. The letters are whatever is not on Iqlab, Izhar, and Idgham. Yeah. So the remaining 15 are here. The letters are Tatha, Jim, Dal, Dal, Za, Sin, Shin, Swad, Dot, Ta, Dha, Fa, Qaf, Kaf. It's best to learn the letters, but memorized. It's best to learn it. There is no, I can't really form a word, but it's best to just learn it like this. So what I normally tell my students to do, I tell them to learn 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you learn another 5. And then you learn another 5, 15. Okay. It's up to you how you want to learn it. Okay. What is Ikhfa? Ikhfa is after Nun Sakin and Tanween. If one of these 15 letters come, we have to do two things. We have to hide the Nun Sakin, and then we have to do Gunna. So how do you hide it? I'll tell you, inshallah. Let me just make my pen a bit. Okay, how do we hide it? So Ikhfa is so the example is here. Antum. We hide the Nun. We don't say Antum. We don't say Antum. We say Antum. There's another example here for Tanween. Kutub. We don't say Kutubun Qayyimah. We don't let that person in front of us let the person in front of us listen to the Tanween. We don't make them hear Tanween. Okay, if we say Kutubun Qayyimah, you can hear I'm reading Tanween. If I say Antum, you can hear me reading Tanween, Nun Sakin. But instead of that, I say Antum. I just hide the noise of Nun. Antum, not Antum, Antum. In here, I say Kutubun Qayyimah, not Kutubun Qayyimah. Bun Qayyimah, like that. Another easy way to understand this rule is in between Idgham and Izhar. In Izhar, we read it clear. We read the Nun clear. Okay? But in here, we don't read the Nun clear. Yeah? But in Idgham, we completely ignore it. So Izhar, you fully read it. Fully read the Nun in Izhar. We have to read it clear and fast. So we're going to read Na in Izhar. In Idgham, we fully ignore it. But this is in between. We read it, but we don't read the Nun. We read the sound. We hide the Nun and read the sound. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. Is anyone asking anything? No. Okay. Let's take it like this. So Idgham. Izhar. We read it clear and fast. Idgham, we ignore. And Izhar is in between. Okay. We hide, but we still read the Nun. Yeah. But we just hide the sound of the Nun. Okay. Let's go to Quran, and inshallah I'll explain it from the Quran. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. If we start from here, الذين يظاهرون. How do I read this word? Do I say min? Do I say minkum? Do I say minkum or milkum?
Minkum, the second one.
Yeah, milkum. I don't say, okay, I don't say minkum. الذين يظاهرون منكم من نسائهم ما هن أمهاتهم. There's another one. Okay, brother Amin, how would I read this one?
إنهم ليقولون.
No, just read that word inside the red box, inside the red circle. Like.
Munkaran.
No, don't say the noon. Munkaram, not mun. If you say mun, if you say mun, it becomes like izhar. You're reading it. You're reading the noon clear. We have to hide the noon sound of the noon. Munkaram. We hide the sound of the noon, but we still do gunna. We still take the sound in our nose.
Okay.
Let's see.
Munkaran.
Yeah, munkaram, not mum. Don't close your lips because otherwise it becomes a meme. It's munkaram. Just keep your mouth normal. Instead of saying mun, we say munkaram.
Munkaran.
Perfect. Okay. Let me just find another one, and I'm just going to ask someone else. فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مِّن قَبْلِ. Okay. Brother Kibriya, this one. Remember, after the qaf is not a letter for izhar, it's not a letter for idqalab, it's not a letter for idgham, so it's going to be ikhfa. Okay? If it's not on these three category, it has to be ikhfa. So, brother Kibriya, let's read this one.
So, just from the qaf, yeah?
No, from the noon and the qaf. I just want to see how you hide the noon.
Min.
No, don't say min. We say min qabli. We hide the. Sorry?
Mew, like a mew, like.
No, not mew. Min qabli. Don't say mew. Don't say mew. We say min, but instead of saying the noon sakin, we take the sound to our nose. Min qabli, like that.
Min qabli. No.
Not min. If you say the min, then you are showing the noon. We have to hide the noon. We have to hide the noon.
Complicated.
So we say min qabli. By doing practice, it'll come. It's not hard.
What's the consequences if
minor mistake.
Is it a minor one? Okay.
Yeah, it's minor. Well, from module 3, it's all minor. Okay, it's all just to beautify the Quran. So if we shouldn't let it happen, but if it does happen, it doesn't break your namaz, nothing. Okay? As long as you don't change this qaf to a kaf, your namaz is okay. Yeah. As soon as you change this qaf to a kaf, that's when it becomes a major. Yeah.
Just the you know the sounds of those letters, like the
makharij of the letters, makharij of the letters, and stretching here and there sometimes. Full mouth, empty mouth, gunna, and these are all minor mistakes. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go over minor mistakes. We're gonna go over minor mistake today, because what happened when we first started in module 1, I just taught everyone major mistake, because minor mistake, there was no point teaching everyone minor mistake because we don't even know the rules which makes minor mistakes. But alhamdulillah, now we've more or less mastered all the mistakes, all the rules, like full mouth, ra full mouth, alif full mouth, stretching, ikhfa, izhar. So now if I teach you what is minor mistakes, you will understand it fully. The whole class will understand it. Yeah. Okay. Brother Imran said it. Brother Fahim, can you say this one, please? Brother Fahim.
رقبة من قبل.
من قبل, yeah. من قبل. You do good now. Okay. What about this one? Brother Kibriya.
Which one?
This one here.
Okay, so فَمَلَّمْ.
That's mashallah. Very good. Very good. What rule came here?
On the فَمَلَّمْ.
Yeah, after nun sakin or in here is after nun sakin the letter lam came. So in which group is it in? Ikhfa, izhar, iqlab, idgham.
I thought lam was one of the 15 letters.
Yarmalun. What category
yes.
is yarmalun in?
Yes, yeah. That's the
Idgham.
lam without the gunna.
MashaAllah, very good. So idgham, yeah. So we ignore the noon. We don't say faman lam. We say famal lam, but we don't do gunna. Okay, MashaAllah, that's very good.
Two rules in one.
Yes.
Okay. Fine,
The rest of the class, are you okay with ikhfa? Inshallah, once you start practicing, you'll master it, inshallah. There's nothing more I can explain in ikhfa. After nun sakin tanween, if one of these 15 letters come, if you can memorize the 15 letters, mashallah. If not, whatever is not in iqlab, izhar, and idgham is in ikhfa. The remaining letters are going to be in ikhfa. Yeah. So if it's not yarmalun, if it's not hamza, ha, and ha, ghain, kha, the throat letters, if it's not ba, it has to be, everything is in ikhfa. What do? We hide the sound of the nun sakin tanween and we do gunna. Instead of saying min qabli, we say min qabli. Yeah. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I will do now is I'm gonna go over. Do you not want to do mashq with me? Let's all go to Surah Fatiha in your Quran. It's the first page of the Quran, and inshallah we'll read Surah Fatiha. Let me find my Surah Fatiha. Yeah. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Can everyone unmute yourself? I want to listen to everyone as well.
Okay.
But try. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Oh, do you get one by one or together?
No. Everyone together.
Together, yeah.
You read it as a class, yeah.
Okay.
So, brother Amin, as well, I need you to take your unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, Ustad, I didn't know
It's
we're
okay.
reading
It's okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay, what we have to remember in a'udhu is the first there's a hamza, then the next letter is a ayn. So it's like this. A'udhu. Okay, so if we have to make this strong as we can, hamza, but ayn has to be a bit more soft. Hamza comes from the bottom of part of your throat. U is the middle part of your throat. So a'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim.
أعوذ بالله
من الشيطان الرجيم.
MashaAllah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, Allah is empty. There's a ha here and there's a ha here. Just concentrate on that, yeah? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
A lot of people they bounce their voice on Allah. They say Alhamdu. It's not Alhamdu, it's Alhamdu. No, I don't think anyone said it today, but these are the common mistakes you hear. Alhamdu, but it's got a sakin. Alhamdu, yeah. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim.
الرحمن الرحيم.
مالك يوم الدين.
مالك يوم الدين.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
إياك نعبد وإياك
نستعين.
Okay, why do you think I put a red mark on the Dhamma of the Dal?
That to do with the dancing, what's it called?
The fasting period.
No, a lot of people what they do, they stretch it. They say إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ.
Okay.
This is a very common mistake. Okay, a lot of people there. That's why I put a red dot there to show that Dal is not stretching. Yeah. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ.
إياك نعبد
نعبد
وإياك
وإياك نستعين.
Okay, so we just have
Ustad,
to.
sorry, quick
Yes.
question. Is
Yeah.
that dal not is okay? Is it
No.
reversed? It's not
No,
reversed. Is it?
the Dal is not a stretching because the Waw is not a sakin. If the Waw was a sakin, the Dal would have been stretching.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the Dhamma is not a reversed. It's not a inverted. It's not a this one. It's this one. It's the
Okay.
normal one. Okay. Okay. Someone's background there's noise. Okay. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Okay, I marked the three red are marked. They are full mouth letters. Sad is full mouth. Ta is full mouth. Qaf is full mouth. Ihdina as-siratal. Everyone read it right, mashallah. But some people say ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Yeah. Okay. The ta. Why did I mark it blue?
Because that
No, full mark.
some people say twa or something.
Yeah. Some people. Yeah. The ta is an empty mouth letter. So what happens is, if you try to make the qaf full mouth, sometimes the ta becomes a ta because you're trying to concentrate to make the qaf as full mouth as you can. The ta ends up being full mouth as well. Yeah. So it's mustaqim, not mustaqim. Mustaqim. Ta is empty mouth. Yeah. Yeah. Taqim. MashaAllah. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم.
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 Okay. Remember, it's an'amta. Sometimes it's not a common mistake, but a lot of people they do an'amta. Ana. They put a fatha on the noon. Okay. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. Okay.
Amen.
Do you know in Dallin? Let me just show you something. In Walad Dallin, we have to make the dad long, and then we say lean. So we make the dad. Sorry, Walad Dal. There's a shadda there as well. Then lean. So we have to make this 4 seconds long, and then we catch the lam. Walad Dallin. We make this 4 seconds long first. Don't worry too much about, the next letter is a shadda, let's catch it. No, you make it long first, this one, and then you catch the next letter. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go to Surah Al-Fatiha again, and we'll just do the last verse, and then we'll go to another one. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Amen. MashaAllah. Okay. Is this good with everyone?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want you to practice it like this. And then there is a YouTube video. It's called Sheikh Munshawi, I think. the teacher reads and the student reads after him. So if you want to practice your surahs, he's very good. I think it's called Sheikh Manshab. I'll try to see if I can screen share his video. Okay, but after my lesson finishes, inshallah. Okay, now let's go to the next surah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Qul, remember, oh, wait, let me just get the highlighter. Qul is full, Qul is big qaf full mouth. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas.
قل أعوذ برب الناس.
The same rule applies here. A'udhu. It's like a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. The hamza is strong and the ayn is softer. قل أعوذ برب الناس.
قل أعوذ برب الناس.
Okay, and dhal. Do you know we know the makhraj of dhal. Dhal, tip of the tongue. Okay, it touches the bottom of our front two teeth. Dhal. Don't make it za. Za is the one after ra. It's this one, za. Okay, and dhal is this. Dhal and za is two different letters. Okay. Okay. Malikin nas.
Malikin nas.
Ilahin nas.
Ilahin nas.
من شر الوسواس الخناس.
من شر الوسواس الخناس.
Okay, let me just mark here. There's a ra here and there's a waw here. Okay, ra is empty mouth because the ra has a kasra. Okay, I know it's got a shadda, but it's got a kasra underneath, so it's going to be min sharri, not min sharri. Okay. Now there's a waw here. Why do you think I marked the waw? Who would know?
Is it one alif long? Because
stretching, mashallah, but that's not my main concern here.
oh, is it because we read a full mouth or something?
Mashallah, very good, very good. Waw with the alif is a very big mistake. Everyone reads it full mouth. They say, remember, waw is never full mouth. Even though it's got a fatha, kasra, damma, waw is always empty mouth. People read min sharril waswa. It's not waswa, it's waswa, empty mouth. Okay?
Wow.
So
Okay.
this is a very common mistake. Okay? Mistake. Okay. Min sharri. The ra is full empty mouth, the waw is empty mouth. Both of the red are empty mouth here. Min sharril waswasil khannas.
من شر الوسواس الخناس.
Waswa. Okay. Try to make your mouth as empty as you can. Waswa, not waswa. Okay. Waswasil khannas. Yeah. It's like wow. Do you know when you see something amazing? Wow. You don't say wow. You say wow. So like that. Wow.
Okay.
الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس.
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 I marked the swad here, but just to tell you that the swad is full mouth. Don't say sudu. It's sudu. It's not a sin. It's a swad. That's it. But no one made the mistake. I'm just trying to be careful. That's it. من الجنة والناس.
من الجنة والناس.
Okay. Mashallah, very good. I just want everyone to practice this. I'm gonna try to share the Sheikh Manshawi's qiraat here. If not, I'll send you on the WhatsApp group. Okay, can anyone tell me, there is a very common rule in this surah. Every verse has one rule. Mashallah. So if you read this surah, your nun shadda and mim shadda gunna should be perfect. There's 6 of them. There's 7 of them.
And you know the other one, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, is
It's called
what's
قلقلة.
it? قلقلة, yeah.
قلقلة, mashallah, that's good.
قل
قل أعوذ بالفلق is قلقلة. Mashallah. Okay, is this okay for everyone?
الناس.
Yeah, that's
Let's keep it 2 surahs, and inshallah slowly then we'll do another 2 surah every week. Next week inshallah, when I listen, I'm gonna do my normal class for 20 minutes, then I'll listen to everyone. You have to say your surah Fatiha and surah Nas. If there is any mistakes, I'll point it out to you. The following week you can fix it, and inshallah read it to me. Okay, let's go to our next subject. Our next subject is let me see if the Tajweed level 1. Okay, Khayr Academy. Okay, level 1. What we done is in the first module I taught about
isn't a makhraj that we learned first or something.
Okay, is everyone here? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why it just took me out.
You're there double for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it just took me out. It's okay.
Isn't it first lesson we learn makhraj in that?
Yeah, we learned makhraj, but I just wanted to
Okay.
show you just wanted to show you the difference between major mistakes and minor mistakes, because I did do major mistakes, but I didn't teach you a lot of minor mistakes. I ignored it. I skipped it, because if I did teach you minor mistakes, hardly anyone would have understood it, because we didn't really cover anything. Okay, that's it. So remember, when we done types of mistakes, we done lehna jali, the major mistakes. Major mistakes. So what is major mistakes? When we change a letter to another letter. So instead of saying kaf, we say qaf, or instead of saying sin, we say shin. Okay. Minor mistake is different. It's not changing letter, it's just changing the niceness of the Quran. Okay. We'll do all the examples. Major mistake, we done it before. Major mistake is haram. To do major mistakes in the Quran is haram, because the meaning gets very badly changed. Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. Major mistakes, I've covered it before, but I'll just do it because we are on this subject. What is a major mistake? What is a major mistake? When we change a letter with another letter. So look at this one. Alhamdulillah, now everyone's mastered full math and empty math letter. Can you see what teen? There's a word in the Quran, what teen, which means fig, eating fruit. And there's another word in the Quran, it says what teen. So just by me making this letter full math and empty math, look how badly the meaning changes. So when Allah talks about fruits, the fig fruit, if I make the ta into a full math, I'll change it into mud and clay. And when Allah talks about how Allah created human with mud and clay, if I change this ta into a empty math letter and I make it ta, what am I saying? Allah made people with fig fruits. Yeah. So can you see how badly the meaning changes just by not doing full math letter fully, full math and empty math letter empty math. Same here. Makhraj. Remember, Hamza comes from the bottom part of your throat. Strong as you can. If you change the Hamza into a Ain, look how the meaning changes. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide. Sorry. Next slide is this one. I'm sure everyone remembers this. Kaf. The letter kaf is a full math letter. If we don't make it full math and if we don't make it full math, this is full math and this is empty math. If we don't make it full math and we read the empty math, what happens? Heart becomes dog. Kalb. When Allah talks about the heart of a believer, if we don't say the word heart with the full math, it becomes the dog of a believer. And imagine you reading Salah. and your meaning is just going everywhere, upside down. It's just, you're just messing everything up. Straight away, it's haram. Number one, you'll get sin for it because you didn't. That's why it's fard ayn. It's compulsory upon every person to learn tajweed. Otherwise, your namaz, everything's gonna get destroyed, and you might be thinking you're reading it right for the rest of your life, but every time you read Surah Fatiha, there is a major mistake. Your namaz is not even accepted. Okay, and it's not good enough reason. Oh, my parents taught me like this. Or when I was young, I was taught like this. It's not good enough. It's not a good enough reason. We're still living. We have the time to go and practice. We have the time to go and learn. Okay, it's an hour in your whole week or half an hour in your whole week. It doesn't really affect you much, but look how much it progresses you. Okay, look how much it's saving you from namaz getting not accepted and your tajweed. Remember, reading Quran with lahna jali, with a major mistake, Quran curses you. We've done a hadith, Quran curses you. And reading Quran properly, every verse you read, every letter you read, you get 10 rewards. And Allah can multiply these rewards as much as He can. Okay? There's another major mistake happens is, you know, Sirat al-Ladina an'amta, I told everyone. Some people say an'amta, some people say an'amta, an'amtu. It can be different ways. Okay, people make mistakes. So that's major mistake. Major mistake is when you change a letter because you didn't do the makhraj properly, or you change one of the harka. There was a 2 fatha here, you read 2 kasra. There was a 1 dhamma here, you read 1 fatha. These change the meaning. Okay, they are called major mistakes. But if there was a stretching and you didn't do stretching, or if there was a gunna, you didn't do gunna, your namaz wouldn't break. These are not major mistakes. They're to beautify the Quran. They are minor mistakes. Okay. Now, inshallah, let's read minor mistakes. What is minor mistakes? Minor mistakes are all other mistakes are classified as minor mistakes. Don't worry about lahna khafi. Lahna khafi means minor mistakes. So any other mistakes which is not on, in the above example, they are known as minor mistakes. It's best to read Quran without minor mistakes because it's not nice. Okay, the way Prophet ﷺ read Quran, the way all the Sahabas read Quran, the way all the other Imams, all the scholars, they read Quran without any major or minor. So why should we try to not read with major, but minor we don't really worry about? We should try to avoid minor as well. Okay, it takes the beauty, it takes the niceness of the Quran. It doesn't beautify the Quran, and it's disliked. It's makruh. Okay, but it doesn't. You don't be sinful, and your namaz doesn't break. What are those rules which are classified as minor mistakes? Gunna, okay. Nun shadda, mim shadda. Now, if I did explain this in the first lesson, hardly majority of the class you would have not understood it. Okay, now if I explain it, you'll understand. Oh, I know what gunna is. If nun has a shadda, like we done Qul A'udhu Birabbin Nas today, there were 7 gunnas in this surah. So we should try to do all 7 gunnas. If for some reason we were praying salah and we missed 1 gunna, don't worry, your namaz is not broken. Okay, but instead of saying Qul A'udhu, we said Kul A'udhu. My namaz is broken because Qul with the big qaf, it means to say. When I say a word, that's qul. Kul with a small kaf, it means to eat. Can you see how badly the meaning changed? So to recite the Quran without gunna. So if there was a place where we were meant to do gunna, we didn't do gunna, or vice versa. To recite without ikhfa, to recite without idgham, to recite without iqlab, izhar, these are all minor mistakes. Okay, we should try our best to avoid it. But if it happens, don't stretch too much about it because there's something else we have to stress about. What that is, major mistake. Okay, mud, stretching. For some reason, we forgot to do idgham. Don't worry, it's okay. Okay, your namaz is not broken. We forgot to do mud. The stretching was 3 seconds long, 3 to 4. I only done it for 1 to 2 seconds. It's okay. Your namaz is going to get done, but don't keep making these mistakes because you are killing the niceness of the Quran, how the Quran was revealed to Prophet. So don't take it as something minor, even though it's minor, but we should try to avoid it. Okay? Is that clear for everyone?
Yeah.
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 So minor mistake is clear? Inshallah. Okay, we have one more thing to do, and then if there's any questions, we can do the questions. Which slide was it? This one. Okay, like you remember last week I told you there's Arabic alphabet, a sound, a vowel can come in 6 ways, not the stretching ones. Stretching is another 6. After fatha empty alif, after kasra ya sakin, after dhamma waw sakin, long fatha, long kasra, and upside down dhamma. That's another 6. We'll talk about that later. Let's get these out of the way first. The 6 ways we can, so fatha can come in single fatha, single kasra, single dhamma, double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma. How do we stop on these? I told you last week that just a minute, let me just get my highlighter. I told you last week 1 fatha, 1 kasra, 1 dhamma, 2 kasra. These 5, how do we stop on these 5? If my last letter of where I'm going to stop, if they had one of these 5, 1 fatha, 1 kasra, 1 dhamma, 2 kasra, 2 dhamma, how would I stop? Would I stop with the sakin, or would I stop with that vowel?
Is it with a sakin?
It's with the sakin. It's with the sakin. Okay, it's with the sakin. I'm going to go back to the Quran and I'll explain it. And can you also remember I said 2 fatha, it stays stretching. And I said if you go to your qaida, you're going to see that. Can you see the difference? 1 fatha, 1 kasra, 1 dhamma, and 2 kasra, 2 dhamma, they don't have an empty alif after it. It's only this one. This has an empty alif. Can you see? After every letter, it's got an empty alif. Why does it have an empty alif? The empty alif shows that when you stop on 2 fatha, you knock 1 fatha off. And then what does it become? After 1 fatha, wait, sorry. If I take 1 fatha off, then it becomes like this. After 1 fatha, there's an empty alif. I have to stretch it. Yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go to the Quran. I'm just going to show you one example of each stopping, and then we should be done, inshallah. I think who's left? Brother Amin's left.
I'm back, Ustad. Sorry, my network broke.
Okay, sorry. I just okay. Okay, so let's look at this example. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, the first letter, the first verse. Okay, now in here there is a sin with a kasra. So we do say قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ or قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ with the sakin. We say with the sakin.
Nas with a sakin, yeah.
Sakin. So that's good. So that's the kasra example done. So we've got let's look for a fatha example. If we go to the top line, look at this. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. We done qalqala, but did I say إِذَا حَسَدَ or إِذَا حَسَد with a sakin?
Hasad with the sakin.
With the sakin. Yeah? Is that clear so far? So we've done 1 fatha, 1 kasra. Okay? Let's look for some more examples. Let's go on this one. Can everyone see قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ? قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. How do we stop here? Do I say قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ?
No, ahad.
Ahad. So what do I do? Do I put 1 dhamma or do I put a sakin?
Sakin, yeah.
Sakin. So that's the 2 dhamma example done. What about this one? حبل من مسد. Do I say من مسد, من مسدي, or من مسد with the sakin?
Min Masad.
Min masad. Okay, so we've done example of 2 dhamma, 2 kasra, 1 fatha, 1 kasra. Let's look for an example of 1 dhamma. There's nothing here. 1 dhamma. There's no 1 dhamma here. We'll find 1 dhamma in the next surah, I think.
Is it just any stopping place?
Yeah, it can be any stopping place, but the last letter is here. Abtar. Can you see? Inna shani'aka huwal. I just want to show you each fatha damma kasra example. So inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Can you see? There was a damma, but how did we stop? We stopped with a sakin. Kawthar, we stopped with a sakin. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Now what's left? Which example we haven't covered yet? Let me see if we know which example we haven't covered.
Do Z.
No. We done 2Z.
Two fatha.
2 fatha. 2 fatha is the only example we haven't covered. Now let's do 2 fatha. Here. Where's my pen gone? 1 second.
Afwaja, is it?
Afwaja. So do we say وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجٍ? Do we say sakin like the rest of them? No, we say afwaja.
No.
Why do we say afwaja?
Because it has empty alif.
Because it's got 2 fatha.
Zabur.
Yeah, because it's got two fatha, and obviously it's got empty alif. So it's like this: afwaja, afwajan. We take one of the fatha off, and what happens? If we take one fatha off, after fatha is empty alif, we have to make it long. So afwaja. So remember, this one becomes. Sorry, my pen keeps going away. This one becomes a sakin. This one becomes a sakin. Same. This one becomes a sakin. These two, they become a sakin. When I stop, I'm talking about. It's only this one. It becomes one fatha after it stays stretching. Is that clear for everyone?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, with khalqala, is that only when you stop, obviously it becomes a sukoon and then you do a khalqala, or is there another way? If any of the khalqala letter appear, you have to do it. How does it work? That's the only one I'm struggling with a bit.
Remember khalqala, I told you, khalqala, the main thing, what does the letter need to have? The letter of khalqala, does it need to have a fatha, kasra, or dhamma? What does it need to have? I'm asking this question to everyone. The letters of khalqala, they need to have a special sign on top. What's the special sign?
Is that the peh?
Sakin.
Sakin, yeah.
Okay, the letter has to have a sakin. Now, there's 2 types of sakin. You can explain me those 2 types of sakin I taught when I was teaching khalqala. The number 1 sakin is a temporary sakin, which comes when you stop.
Shadda or a permanent?
No. Not shadda. Shadda. I'm talking about sakin itself. So the sakin itself, there's 2 sakins. One is a permanent sakin, which is in the middle of a letter, which comes on the letter, middle of a word. I'm going to show you an example. Okay, that sakin, even though you stop or you carry on, the sakin will stay there. Okay, so we have to do khalqala there as well. And there's another sakin is at the end of the letter. The letter only becomes a sakin because I'm stopping. Okay, let me just show you an example from the Quran. So do you know on Surah Falaq?
Yeah.
All these qalqal. Sorry, let me get highlighter. That's wrong. So all these qalqalas, they are temporary sakin. Why are they temporary sakin? Because in real life, the letter ba has a fatha, the letter dal has a kasra, the last letter dal has a fatha. But because we're stopping on it, we are making it a sakin. That's called a temporary sakin. Idha waqab. But if I carried on, imagine I didn't stop in waqab and I had to carry on, I would say idha waqaba wa min sharri. So there is no qalqala. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me find another verse of the Quran where the qalqala is permanent, where the sakin is permanent. Sorry. Sakin, let me just see my Quran again.
Ustad, can I ask, what about, like 𝗰العصر?
𝗰العصر. No. In here we don't do qalqala.
In the last ayat.
Sabr. In the ba, sabr.
No,
Ba we do qalqala.
The before it, that I'm just
Haqq.
𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀.
Yeah, haqq. Yeah, haqq, that's like watab. Do you know tabbat yada abi lahabin watab? Okay.
Yeah.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق. Yeah, that's called a strong qalqala. We have to, we do the shadda, then we let the shadda go. Haqq, like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Tabba wa tabba. But he's talking about sakin itself. The sakin, that was shadda. Jazakallah for bringing it up. But in here, we're talking about qalqala with a sakin. So if there's a sakin, it can be a temporary sakin, it can be a permanent sakin. Okay, brother Imran, you know, let me just show you some examples from here. What a temporary and what a permanent sakin is. So do you know this sakin here? Even though it's not qalqala, what do you think this sakin is? Temporary or permanent?
That's permanent.
What about if I put a sakin here on the ra when I have to stop?
Yeah, that's temporary.
That's temporary. So qalqala, even though it's a temporary sakin or permanent sakin, so here, can you see this one? The dal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dal is waladnahum. We have to do qalqala. This is the middle of the word.
Okay.
Waladnahum. The word stops, finishes here. Waladnahum.
Yeah.
In here, look at this. Min qabli an yatamassa. Qabli, middle of the word, is a permanent sakin. We have to do qalqala. And if it's a temporary sakin, you go qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, qul a'udhu bil falaq min sharri ma khalaq. These are all temporary because we're stopping. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear. That's fine.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything else?
Sorry, just on the qalqala, there's, if you have a shadda on top of it has to be a bit more stronger, right?
Yeah, a bit more stronger. It's the same 5 letters. So إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق, like qaf. وتب, تبت يدا ابي لهب وتب. Okay, it's a more stronger than qalqala. Qalqala is a simple bounce. This is where you have to catch the letter and then you let it go. It's more stronger than qalqala.
Okay.
Okay. I can't, for some reason, I can't share the video. It's okay. I'm just going to do it straight away. I'm just going to go on YouTube and I'm just going to send the link of the video. It's very good. It's good for us adults. It's good for our children as well. So at home, instead of leaving, we can leave nasheeds on as well for our children to listen. But if we leave this Quran on every day for 20 minutes, half an hour, a teacher reads and the student tries to imitate the teacher as much as he can. And that's so good, because I've seen it with my children as well, what they done when they pick up. So they might not know the whole surah, but they pick up words from the surah. So when I'm reading the surah in Salah, they follow me because they've learned it from the recording of YouTube. So if we leave it on for 20 minutes, half an hour every day, it's good. Barakah, inshallah, blessings of Allah will come inside the house. Also, our children, their memory is very sharp. They'll pick up anything. So if there's Quran, always Quran reading, and they'll pick up a lot of Quran, inshallah. Okay, and at the same time, it'll fix our tajweed as well. Okay,
You're gonna send on the group.
I'm going to send you on the WhatsApp group, inshallah, now. Okay? And I will see everyone next lesson, inshallah. And please practice as much as you can and master everything we've done. Okay, and we should try our aim shouldn't be, as long as we can avoid major mistake is okay. No, our aim should be, we have to avoid major rule and we have to avoid minor as well. Okay, is that okay?
Inshallah.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.